Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jasmine Bixler. If not, welcome back. So for this week's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about school and lupus and how they kind of affect each other and have to do with each other. So to give a little bit of background, I was diagnosed with lupus when I was about 14 and it was nowhere near under control. At the time, it was attacking my brainstem and I was having a lot of different symptoms and they were just popping up out of nowhere. One of the main symptoms that I really had issues with were these lupus headaches. So they were like almost like a migraine where they were debilitating. Like I was photosensitive, didn't like loud noises, wanted to just sit in a dark room and sleep basically the entire time. But I didn't have like the symptoms of migraines, so like I wouldn't throw up or anything, but it was pretty bad. I was in and out of the hospital a lot for that, trying to get it under control because I built up a huge tolerance to Advil, so that wouldn't get rid of the headaches. Then I built up a tolerance to a lot of things. Like when I was in the hospital, morphine didn't work for me. It took like a cocktail of drugs in order to get rid of those headaches for me. So through that process of dealing with those symptoms and going to school, I've developed these 5 tips that I think will work really well for anyone, with or without lupus actually for some of them. But I think these are some great tips to follow. Tip 1 is just to bring a water bottle of some sort to school. So I carry a Hydro Flask. I think they're amazing, but any water bottle will work. I think staying hydrated honestly makes such a difference in anyone's health. But especially someone with lupus, I think it prevents a lot of flare-ups just being well hydrated and well nourished. But that's, I think, is a really important thing. It prevented a lot of headaches for me if I was just hydrated, honestly, because I think a lot of my symptoms come from the trifecta of stress, no sleep, and being dehydrated. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to carry around some Advil in your backpack. I know it's kind of typical. A lot of people do it anyways. It is an anti-inflammatory though. And for those random flare-ups, I used to have to leave classes a lot and I would miss a lot because I would have to go to the doctors. I had to go home just to take some medication. So I think that just carrying around that Advil can help prevent it so you can stay in school. And for little things like arthritis and stuff, the Advil will help bring it down enough so you can just stay in class and not have to worry about it too much. Now, tip 3 is to wear a hat and to bring some sunblock. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but I have to wear 100 SPF sunblock to help prevent some butterfly rashes. I have some right now, I think only on one side, but I think it helps a lot. Helps your skin be less photosensitive and red. For anyone, it's good to wear sunblock. I'm sorry, there's a cat there. For anyone, it's good to wear sunblock, but especially for people with lupus, it's very important. The hat also helps prevent the sun from obviously getting on your face and causing more flare-ups. So a hat as well, if you'd like, but I know, a lot of people don't want to wear hats every day, so, but I think it's especially a good idea if you're going to be going out in the sun to wear a hat or to at least be in the shade. So tip 4, and I cannot stress this one enough, I think it's one of the most that should be prioritized. By the way, if I sound funny, it's because I'm kind of getting over a cold, so I'm sniffling a lot. Tip 4 is going to be to prioritize sleep over schoolwork sometimes. When I was in high school, I thought school was the most important thing. I was in mostly AP classes. I had to have over a 4.0. I needed all A's. It was bad. And I always prioritized school and stayed up until like 4 or 5 a.m. just studying for that test. And as I got older and got into college, I kind of realized that at some point, sleep is definitely more important than studying that extra half an hour. That half an hour of knowledge is not worth your physical health. So I think that going to bed a little bit earlier helps a lot. You should learn to prioritize sleep a little bit more. I know a lot of people don't, but at least try and get a little bit more sleep. The necessary 8 hours of sleep instead of the most of the time I used to get like 1 or 2 or 4 hours of sleep a night. It was not healthy. It caused a lot of flare-ups. I was in the hospital a lot because of it. So don't do it. So the 5th and final tip is to communicate with your professors or teachers. I found this out the hard way. There were a couple of school years back in high school where I was in the hospital during finals week, and I was literally emailing teachers from my hospital bed. It was not my best moment, but I had the really bad flare up and they couldn't figure out what medication to use to work for it, and I was freaking out because, you know, I couldn't study. I thought I was going to fail my finals, but I just emailed all my teachers, and when I got back, all of them were so understanding. It was great. A lot of them, you know, gave me the extra time to like take my finals, and they were so accommodating. It was great. Now I kind of take that communication a step further in college because you don't always get that one-on-one interaction with your professor. So during syllabus week, I kind of make it a point to go talk to my professors and let them know, hey, I have this disease. I don't plan on being out. I don't want to be out. But if I ever am out, I'll let you know. And that's most likely the reason why I'm out. So I just wanted to give you a heads up ahead of time. A lot of my professors have appreciated that. Some of them just feel bad for me. But a lot of times I feel that having that open communication channel makes such a difference with school. It makes it so it's not such a heartache if I miss it or anything, to just shoot them an email and be like, you know what, I had a flare up today. I can't make it in. But just let me know if I miss anything important, you know. And a lot of teachers and professors are willing to do that, and they care about their students usually and will help out in any way they can. I guess that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you guys found it somewhat helpful, whether you have a disease or not. I hope it was good. I start school tomorrow, so I will definitely be using these tips tomorrow. I probably inserted some footage from my school day tomorrow into this video, but I hope you guys like it, and thanks for watching.